Jeff, excuse me, you might ask your daddy to say something about the jackpot nights they had during the Depressions, and as a result, or not as a result, because of that, the one blow breakers that your granddaddy, Mr. R.M. Walker, had.
Oh, really? Do you remember that, Dad?
Yeah.
What?
That was, it seems like it says it politely.
No, I think it's very interesting.
I don't remember what the, oh, I know. Coming back to that, the jackpot. Walker Sr. accused of daddy. Oh, they were competitors.
In oil.
In gasoline.
In oil,
Yeah.
yes, that's right.
And he was an independent, and that sold Chevron, so they were always at odds. Anyway, they had jackpot night. And Walker circulated the rumor at the barbershop that my dad had arranged for his relative to win the money.
Oh, my.
Is that right? I mean, my dad heard about that, and he killed. I mean, he was, and he knew that Mr. Walker went from his independent station on Cherry Street, past the theater, to the bank, which was on the corner. After steaming all night about it, he got him a chair and he sat out front. And he waited. Mr. Walker, I didn't think that day, maybe he just drove. Anyway, he saw him drive down to the bank, which was on the corner. And as soon as he saw that, he got up and left that chair and walked briskly down the corner and met R.M. Walker. As soon as he got him, he took a swing at him. Mr. Walker ducked, went to the ground, went under the car, got up on the other side of his car or somebody's car, and was running back to his office on Cherry Street. And the daddy see him going, he chased him.
Oh, my gosh. Right down Cherry Street.
Luckily, he didn't catch him.
Yeah, I think wasn't his office right behind what's now Bennett Jewelry? That was City Hall?
Yeah,
That was right there behind.
Right.
Well, the bank was up in the middle of the block, too.
That's right, yeah, that was, yeah. That was Wayne State, I don't, American, was that the American?
I think American, yeah, it started on the actual corner was actually Seven Station Mall.
Oh.
American National Bank.
1-0, yeah. I remember it had that round.
Hospital was on the corner.
Well, that's back there.
That's back up this.
Didn't your daddy do some prize fighting in World War I in the Navy?
No, that was him.
Okay.
You're not World War I.
Right.
No, I did some boxing when I was in the Navy.
In World War II.
Right. After the
I think your dad's being a little modest on that. I recall when he came back, he had been an excellent boxer, and I think had won a lot of fights. Is that not right, Ward? You're being a little modest.
Yeah, he was a featherweight champion.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
2 years at Annapolis, right? I had good inspiration.
Well, if I showed you all the pictures we have, we'd be here for 2 hours. But I have pictures of him in the ring, and he's got the muscles, and and he taught me how to box, when we were kids, and I taught my daughter how to box too, because most women come in here like this. I said, well, no, get in there so you can.
And
she used it twice, but we won't. That's another story. You had a question?
You mentioned Elvis Presley. Was it his movies that were there, or did he?
Oh, I don't think Elvis ever did.
No, just this movie.
There was an Elvis movie and line was around the block.
That's right.
Standing room only.
Elvis was the #1 box office draw. I recall Dad saying some time ago, until Cool Hand Luke. And Paul Newman with Cool Hand Luke finally beat him. And then, but now there was another one that, maybe James Bond. I don't know when James Bond came out. James 62? Okay, yeah.
Stockton always 62, right?
Well,
I remember back in the 50s when I was in grammar school, when they would come out with these big CinemaScope biblical movies, the Ten Commandments and the Robe and all that. They would put us on school buses and haul us down there, and all the school kids and get to watch the movies. That's the only time I ever got to sit in the bow post.
In 1954, they took all of us from Orange Street School. I think it was Swiss Family Law, because I can still remember I was sitting on the front row and those waves breaking over.
That was great.
Yeah.
Gone with the Wind was another one.
Yeah. I remember that during my time, so that was,
And that was probably the second.
yeah, the second, it was like, I don't know if you noticed, it was on that little show calendar. It was they re-released it. I think I saw that movie 12 times in a month. I enjoyed it.
As a child in Scriven, Georgia, we went to the movie theater in Scriven, Georgia from school. The ones I remember were Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and Song of the South.
That's right.
Skipper, maybe your dad can remember, I know I remember some of them, there were a good many movie stars that came to Jesup, like Quip Wilson, if y'all remember last year, they put a platform up in front of the movie, and he took that whip and,
Oh, yeah.
Billy, you probably remember that. Took his horse up.
Oh, yeah.
But there were a lot of Western stars.
Oh, yeah.
That came later.
And Dan Duray was one that.
Dan Duray.
Right.
Yeah, he was the outlaw in old West.
And he did Swamp Water.
Now, how about the guy named Froggy, or who was Froggy?
Frog Millhouse.
Yeah, one of those, the one that was back when I was in elementary school. And he went to Orange Street School too to see them. You remember who that was? He was big and funny, that's all I remember, but.
He was Western.
Yeah.
Sidekick.
Yeah.
Gabby Hicks come to
Huh?
Roy Rogers signed it.
Oh, yeah, so that was, I had that one in here. Yeah, that was yeah, that's Smiley Burnett, right, okay.
Popcorn.
Yeah, 'cause that's, yeah.
Ward, you mentioned the 75 seats upstairs.
Yeah.
We weren't integrated at that time, that's,
Right.
okay.
Except for my grandfather. He always sat up there, because he could have a cigar. Oh, he never smoked it, nobody bothered him. So if I was looking for him, I know where to go find him.
We had a movie that had a black star in it, Don't Rock the Rock, or something like that, when rock and roll was just getting started. And it was, I mean, he was really popular. We showed that movie, and there was so many blacks waiting on the street. But Charles Strickland, very diplomatic about it, he brought them down, sat them downstairs. This is unprecedented. He came in and he had people over, sitting down in the feet, move over, and then lights came in and all sorts of stuff. That was one of the first integrated showings we had.
Who got to change the marquee on the day? Did they always get the lettering right?
Well, that was Dad or Charles or
Yeah.
Lynn.
I did that.
Donnell.
We had a ladder inside, that we would bring that ladder outside and change by hand the letters on the marquee.
Yeah.
Always got it right. I've seen a few weird
To the best of their ability.
Charles Strickland was a very tough taskmaster. You didn't make a mistake with Charles.
When you were playing one of the championship playoffs, I think it was Valdosta got beat, Jesup beat Valdosta, or tied at 1. We got the information not by telephone, but by locomotive. There was a fella there in Valdosta on his radioed man here in Jesup. He told her what the score was. He called the theater and put it on the marquee. That was before cell phones.
Way before cell phones.
Skipper, one of the early stories about the drive-in, a man called in and said that his wife was out there with another man, and he was on his way out there, and, someone got on the phone or whatever to the cars and told them they had a traffic jam.
Well, actually, at the Strand, I skipped over that story. It was a little too racy for this group. But there was a story that was in the paper that talked about somebody, she heard about her husband being in the back of the theater with another woman, and she went in there and dragged him out. You know, by his hand.
That wasn't in the paper, I told you that.
Oh, okay.
I remember it.
Yeah.
They were sitting in the back. She grabbed me out, she took it out of there.
That's not the same guy that's in the cemetery that ladies and Jesup.
No, I think
Might be.
I was just gonna add, with this, who was it that we went, the Jesup drive-in, and they invited the cars up there, classic cruisers, and there's gonna be a big write-up in the Georgia, what is the name of it? It's like
Yeah, tourism or something like that.
Tourism magazine, it's supposed to be a whole layout coming out
Right.
in June of the Jesup drive-in,
Yeah,
and put
that's-
the cars in,
Yeah,
that
that
should be neat.
Yeah, it really should, because they have already promised they're gonna put that on the front page of something, so. And we've
Supposed
gotten.
to be a fold-out, she said they were gonna actually make a
Oh,
fold-out.
yeah.
and,
So they're working with us, you know, because this is a very unique situation.
Yes.
You know, and it's something to be proud of, and it's something that the community can use, you know, as an advertising tool, and that's my plug, you know, that's why I'm selling ads to the different businesses, because you can get a 20-second spot on there, you know, and just like the old days, that's what came from those days, and then they also have the dancing hot dog up there, you know, if you remember that? Let's all go to the...
Lobby.
Yeah, right.
Skipper, the other thing, we did is we delivered these to the houses. Ward, you remember that, I don't know who else does, but Billy, I bet you remember that too. We'd load up all the kids that worked in the theater in the back of the truck, put everybody out in a different place.
Oh, wow.
And you'd have a stack of these, and you'd go put them in the mailbox.
And they'll give you passes.
They wouldn't let us put them in the mailbox today.
I know, I was gonna say.
Back in those days.
Right.
But
We
instead
did.
of paying you, they give you passes to move.
Yeah, right.
Isn't it great to share all these memories of days gone by? I did get to the opportunity to go to the Strand before it's closed, and I knew in its day, I could just imagine every seat full, filled.
Yeah.
So I thank you for sharing that with us, and